What's up? In the classical game between Muzitsuk and Yuyen, the game ended in a fast draw, but for the Armageddon, Muzitsuk came with a very interesting idea, complicating the game from the more move 4. So let's see the game. Muzitsuk open with e4, e5, knight knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight d4, and in the classical game, Muzitsuk here take it on e4, pawn takes e5, and the position ended in a fast draw because this position is very equal. But for the Armageddon, she prepared this very interesting idea with knight takes e5. Okay, it's an old line who the machine doesn't really like, but and if you have the move well prepared and your opponent haven't know the theory, it's very interesting, especially for a rapid game. So I think that the approach of the preparation of Muzitsuk was, okay, in the classical game, we're going to make a draw, and for the Armageddon, I'm going to prepare this idea to take the game. So I think that she prepared more the Armageddon game than the classical game, who is interested in this approach for this tournament. Okay, 95. Here, queen e7 is the... Okay, now I have a pawn up. Queen e7 is the best move. f4, defending the knight. Knight takes b5, knight takes d6, knight f3, queen e4, king f2, that's the idea. Knight g6, knight g3. This line is very old. There is a very old idea. Let's see who is the first game in this position. Yes, the first game in this position which was between Bogolyubov and Rubinstein. Was invented by Bogolyubov, then repeated by Spearman twice in 1920. So the idea is very old, from more than 100 years. And Yuyen Yun, the world champion, looks like she doesn't know the idea, because here she played king d8, defending the c7 pawn. Instead of that, here the best move of black was queen g6, threatening discover checks. For example, you cannot take the rook because here black can just take the white king, the white queen. So knight h4 is the best move, attacking the queen, queen f6, h3, now attacking the knight, now g5, queen e2, everything is under attack now. Let's see that this knight is coming here, taking here, is hanging now. After queen e2, black best move is knight a5, putting his knight hanging too. Queen e2 is the best move here. It's very hard, and you cannot take because it's checkmate. That's the idea of king a2, that here black is threatening checkmate with queen takes f4, king a2, g takes f4, knight f3, king d8, d4, and knight g6. And okay, the machine say that black is slightly better, but of course for a rapid game, it's very interesting to have this well prepared, because maybe your opponent is not going to know all the theory, and if you know well the theory with white, would be very annoying. So if you play e5 in the first move with black, you should know this line, because if you don't know, it's not going to be easy to find everything over the board, especially for a rapid game. And Yuyen Yun failed more or less fast. Just here queen g6 looks very natural, but she played king d8, defending the c7 pawn and leaving the a file, the open file, h3 by Muzitsuk. That's why king d8 is not so good, because after h3 the knight should go back, knight f6, and now d3, winning more tempos, queen g6, and now the king is completely safe on h2. That's one of the ideas of the line, that here can look like the king is a little bit unsafe on g3, but later it's going to return to h2. So now the king on h2 is completely safe. And now let's see the position, because here white is slightly better. Because okay, the white king is more or less safe on a2, and now it's the black king who have some troubles on the 8. Okay, it's not completely unsafe, but it's not. Yeah, he cannot be castled, and the rooks is not easy to be developed. And this bishop is close, and white have good position, especially because the black king. If black can go long castle or something like that, black is completely fine. But the king on the 8 and then this close bishop makes that the white position is pleasant. Now white is going to be developed with rook d8, and it's going to have an active play with the knight here. But okay, the position is close to be equal. Here Yuyen Yun failed playing h5. The problem of h5 is that after knight h4, the queen have no good squares. Should go to h7, who is very bad. That's the problem of h5. Here was simply better just bishop e7 or bishop d7, developing the pieces. The problem of h5 is true that black is threatening knight g4, but white can defend it with good moves. And after knight h4, knight h7, now black is threatening knight g4. So rook e1, very good move. Now if knight g4, yes, we can go back here. Rook e1, very good move. Bishop d7, a4, defending the knight at the same time that we are opening the a file for the rook and keeping the knight in a f5 square. a6, okay, we finally should go back, but the inclusion of the move a4, a6 looks like benefit white a little bit, because okay, the white pawn give more space to white. Bishop b7, again black is threatening knight g4, so here the best move was knight df3 with the extra idea. First, we are defending this knight, but we are coming to g5, very annoying. That's okay. The g5 square is going to be very good for the knight, because h6 is never possible because the pawn is on h5, and f6 is not going to be, looks very hard to do because the knight could came to e6. So a knight on g5 looks very annoying. Instead of that, Muzichuk play king g1 too, of course leaving the threat of knight g4, but knight f3 was stronger. Here, okay, knight d5 by you was better, followed by bishop f6 and rook e8. She played rook e8 first, queen f3. And here, the position is very difficult for black because he have huge problem with his king. King c8 was the recommendation of the machine. Okay, she plays c6, who is completely normal too. Bishop d2, knight d5, queen f2, c5, knight f3, going now for the g5 square. And here, Jung play bishop c6, who looks the most natural move, especially after c5, but this is not really good because the bishop is well placed on d7, defending the f5 square. The problem after bishop c6 is that now after knight g5 and knight f5, two knights are very active, especially the knight on h4, who was misplaced in this moment. Now with bishop c6, we are allowing the knight to be so active on f5. Here a5 was stronger, followed by b6. One of the ideas of a5 is to stop a possible c4 threatening the knight, and then b4 ideas. That's one of the white ideas to open the position, so a5 was very precise, blockading the b4 square and preventing these ideas. Okay, bishop c6 is a bad move, knight g5 and knight f5, and both black knights are very active. Bishop f8, and now Muzichuk plays the idea that I said previously with c4 and b4. Here was stronger knight e4 because here black is threatening g6, and with knight e4 we are avoiding g6 because we are taking here. The knight made his job on g5, and now it's time to came to e4 to attack d6, especially preventing g6. But okay, b4 is fine too, playing active g6. And here Muzichuk sacrifice a piece who, okay, is playable, and especially for a rapid game, it's very interesting. But here just take and, for example, take here, and this is completely winning. Or just 93 here is enough for white, or if knight takes, just 93. So rook e8 was stronger, but knight takes d6 for a rapid game is playable. Bishop takes, b takes c5, bishop b7, and now comes the mistake of Muzichuk because he played d4. The problem of d4 is that here black have this very strong move f6, attacking c4 and attacking the knight. To prevent f6, bishop a5 was a very interesting move. F6 is not possible because knight e6, and if king c8, now it's time to play d4, but the position is a little bit different because now we have bishop takes, and if king takes, knight e6, and if f takes d5, here bishop d6, bishop takes, now queen e3. That's the key move of the line, attacking the bishop and threatening rook e1, rook c1, queen f7, bishop f takes d5, bishop d7, rook f1, and here is checkmate. Not checkmate, but white is completely better. So bishop a5 could be a great move here, preventing f6, but play d4, a little careless move, because after f6, here d5 is the only move. You cannot go back with the knight, because if not, the c4 pawn is hanging. So d5 is only move maybe. Takes b takes e6. Now the machine say that white should play king h1 or yes, placing the king safe, or yeah, bishop a5 to still be in the game. But after f takes g5, okay, it's natural for a blitz. Queen takes. But f takes is not so horrible. The mistake according to the machine by Musitsu came here with bishop d6, because okay, it looks like a logic move trying to enter in black side, but after bishop takes black trade many pieces here. For example, rook takes and queen f4, and black trade many pieces. So the attack is over. But here, with bishop d6 close to winning the game, Musitsu played king d7, a decisive mistake. Sorry, Yun played king d7, a decisive mistake, because after queen f7, black just can move any pieces, and the knight is defending the e7 bishop, the rook is defending the e7 bishop, the bishop is pinned, the a8 rook cannot make nothing, the queen cannot make nothing, and black white is coming with rook d1 and take the knight and take the bishop, and black is winning. So Yun watching that. Okay, she can find a move, and she finally play rook d8, blundering checkmate in one move. But all games, because king d7 is a horrible move. But this what happens in rapid games when you have your king open. That is dangerous, of course. Always is dangerous to play with a king open. But in a rapid game, the same. In the other Armageddon of the round 2, we watched that Bibisara had a losing position against Tujiner, but she had a safer king. And the safety of his king gives you the victory, as Musitsu in this game, the same. So good victory in the Armageddon for Musitsu, and let's see if in the next round we have some the decided games in the classical games. Bye bye.